Welcome back. So today's video is order block or fair value gap, which is the best for entry. Now, I had this problem. Whatever I'm showing on this channel is what I struggled with to understand, and I have this assumption that a lot of people out there are struggling like the way I struggled to understand this very, very well. Now, the points I wrote here are the rules. I'll give a shout out to my coach again. I always give a shout out to him because he took his time. Like, it's not easy, he took his time. So the first point here is the market structure. You must always know the directional bias of the market, where the market is going to, before you can take your trade. The next one is your time frame. Are you going to use the higher time frame of 4 hours? Do you want to use a higher time frame of 1 hour? Do you want to use a higher time frame of 15 minutes? Are you scalping? Are you day trading? Are you swing trading? Everything depends on you. And also institutional reference point. For we that is ICT depends on also you. We that is ICT, we need to also take this into consideration. Institutional reference point. And I forgot to add also premium and discount. Let me add that in the list here so you don't get confused. Premium or discount. Now, these are the things that I feel are very important. You should also take into consideration when you want to enter your trade. Now, let's assume now we want to know either order block or fair value gap is the best for entry. Now, you've taken your Fibonacci from the high to the low. That is Fibonacci, that's 0.1. We have a break of structure here, 0.2 break of structure. Our time frame is 4 hours. Now, how do we go about this? We mark our order block. This is our order block, because if you know your institutional reference point, you will know that order block, fair value gap, liquidity void, breaker block, mitigation block, rejection block, your fair value gap, old lows and old highs, they are all institutional reference points. We have a fair value gap here. Okay, it's not staying straight. We have a fair value gap here, and we also have a fair value gap here. So these are reference points that are below the discounts that are showing us that yes, but now we are now confused. Should we enter our entry from this fair value gap? Should we enter our entry from this fair value gap? Or I will be like, oh my god, market should not leave me. Should I enter with the other block? A market will not get there to leave you, or to get here to leave you, or to get here to leave you, and you're very, very angry. Right, so we've marked all the reference points below the 50%. Our time frame, our higher time frame was 4 hours. We used market structure bullish, so we're going for a bullish momentum. Then you can come down to 1 hour, or you can go as low as 15 minutes. On 1 hour, you actually know that this is already a form of liquidity and inducement, because on a higher time frame we can't see anything there. Then you play it, you wait for markets to get there, you wait for market to get that zone. Now, if you have watched my video on swing points, you understand what I mean. Now, what happened here? Market shifted structure. Market shifted structure. Market has changed trend. Now, market did not get the order block. Market only got the fair value gap that we marked from 4 hours. You can see it, right? Now, what will we do again? On the lower time frame, we left 4 hours to 1 hour to come and find our entry. That's where you're going to get being a good conservative trader. I take my Fibonacci from the high to the low. Now, if you look inside very, very well, if you go to a lower time frame as low as 15 minutes, you will realize that this candle here as a reference of a mitigation block. If I go to 15 minutes now, it will show me a form of mitigation block. Okay, this around here, mitigation block. This is a mitigation block here. But on 1 hour, I will take this as an SND. I don't know if you know what they call SND. SND is not really popular. SND is not popular. A lot of people don't really know what they call SND. Many people don't know what they call SND, but I'll mark this as an SND, and I'll also mark my order block around here. So I can decide to take my trade from here, depends on me. Still go to a lower time frame and still refine that entry. They call it the 2-time rule. Market did not come back to me. Very annoying. Market did not come back to me. But on a 15 minutes, you can see that there was a shift in market structure here. You could have entered on 15 minutes. It all depends on you. There was a shift in market structure. If you had watched my video on swing points, you realize that there was shift in market structure here, right? This is a mitigation block which market came and took his own zone from there. And what happened? Market did not actually come to meet us. But if you can go further, let me find an example for you, a very good example. Let's see. Okay, so I have a good example for you here. Okay, let's do this for you so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I have a very good example for you here. Now, if you can see here in this area here, right, there is a break of structure in here. You can see that, right? There's a break of structure in here. We have a lot of noise. This whole thing is noise. Noise were happening here. Then there was a break of structure. The last candle before the impulse move, if I use my Fibonacci, was there. If you look inside very well, you will see a small fair value gap. A small fair value gap, like a baby fair value gap. Also, don't forget, if you take your high to your low, the high to the low, because all these things are noise. This is if you go to my channel, you see a video on inducement. Now this is a form of liquidity being created. I've done a video on that before. So when you see it happening, just relax, because it's going to be a very sweet trade. When you see all these things being created, double top, double top, double top, double top, like a range, it doesn't have a direction. Below the, let's assume you're going on a bullish momentum, let's assume you're going on a bearish momentum, it will be opposite direction there and you're good to go. I'm betting market to get here and react, but I'm not getting an entry. I'll go down to my lower time frame. My coach calls it the 2 time frame entry. That's what he calls it. He calls it, as he always cautions me to always do the 2 time entry. If you want to counter trade, you'd have counter trade this market from this swing point around here. You counter trade it down to that area, and you can counter trade other block here, mitigation block here, anywhere the market gets to, fair value gap also here. It depends on you. You counter trade it, or you enter the normal trade entry. Market has shifted structure. But if you go down to 15 minutes, that's how 1 hour is very annoying sometimes. If you go down to 15 minutes, you will see that there was a swing point around here. Market shifted structure around here, right? And market touched what? It didn't even touch the other block. It touched the fair value gap, and you can enter your entry in the what? The closest fair value gap you have here. Let me show you. Your entry can be here with a stop loss of here, that's 39 pips, and you go to your 4 hours and you target here as your take profit. Do you see it? How sweet it is? You can just refine. This is all inducement being created. If you have watched my video on inducement, you know that it's an inducement that was created here, because okay, for buy is a discount. If it's created on the premium zone before it gets the discount, we all know that it's liquidity on an inducement that's been created. So this is how you enter your entry. Pick your zone from your 4 hours. You can refine it down to 1 hour. 1 hour did not give you entry. You can take it down to 15 minutes just to see what market is doing there, to get a smaller stop loss. So asking that question of if you use either, you should use your order block or a fair value gap, the best answer is always try to refine your zone. Follow the 2 time frame rule. If you take a 1 hour or 15 minutes to check a lower time frame, or 5 minutes, depending on if you're a day trader, you're a scalper, you're a swing trader, everything still depends on how you analyze your chart. Then you can refine that zone to a lower time frame, either other block or fair value gap, and wait for market to shift structure before you enter. I hope this video makes an impact in your trading. Don't forget to subscribe on my channel, and I hope to give you more value as you spend your time here. Thank you very much.